Okay, we're back, and today we're going to be looking for another place to visit. And so, as we kind of talked about in the previous Vortex Pinnacle episode, there's really just an amazing amount of places to visit in this game, and I could make thousands of episodes of every unique place I've probably been, in particular in the Eastern Kingdoms and Northrend in particular. Pandaria had a lot of nice places too, and of course, Broken Isle was another one. I think I'm gonna go. I think we're gonna go to someplace cold. That's it's I have this one particular place in my mind, and I think that's where we're gonna go. I think I'm trying to the shortcut. Probably going to the wrong boat, but we'll just go. And I'm sure I could probably teleport there as well, but I like to do it the old school way. So in the previous episode, we found that little cabin, and that was actually, if you're at the dock here and you just fly straight, eventually you'll cross the channel, and that will lead you to that cabin. It's just across the channel. Over there, of course, that's the Westfall over in that direction. Just take a little flight over here. Yeah, it really would be cool if one day they actually open this up and you could actually go in there and see what's inside. That would be kind of interesting. I think there's a lot of ways that World of Warcraft could have done something really unique. There's this world, particularly in the Eastern Kingdom, Elwyn Forest and whatnot. There's a lot of opportunities where they could go back and build like little nooks and crannies. Like, say for example, there's a waterfall. Normally you walk through the waterfall, and of course there's it's a mountain there. But let's say for example, every now and then they had a patch where they created a cave through that waterfall instead, or maybe some kobold tunnel changed and there's some kind of like secret thing there. Send clues and hints, because you could literally, people who play World of Warcraft, they love those little weird Easter eggs and going and finding things. And instead of giving us like transmog outfits, if we subscribe for 6 months, instead, do stuff like that where you're able to do things pretty quickly, and you could have a team just creating that in the old content, and you'd have veteran players come back, and you'd have all these people playing to try and find those places. That's in the previous episode we talked about in Vortex Pinnacle was all this extra space they have, particularly that direction where they have the channel in that area. I mean, build some caves in there, build some unique structures. You can still maintain the aesthetic and the same preserve the old world, but then also still make it interesting, and be able to expand on it. Because really, as much as I love new worlds, I think it's also really effective just to create or add or augment existing ones, kind of like what they did in Cataclysm. I mean, literally revamped worlds. I think in Cataclysm they actually did that too much. They revamped it way too much, and there's some places that I think are probably permanently changed, which I would have really liked to go back, to the vanilla days and see those places. Thankfully, we do have Classic, but even still, I'd like my Druid to go and go back and visit. But yeah, I think Easter eggs like that would be pretty welcome feature. So we're on our way to Northrend now. Should be a pretty quick trip. It's weird, so I won't well, I won't get into spoilers, but I saw one of the new trailers for the new expansion, and I'm torn. I wanna play it, but at the same time, I wanna wait. I think I think I'll probably wait until a lot of the bugs and stuff get worked out, because it can be very frustrating and time consuming to get into games, and I'm typically pretty busy, so I like to just get away every now and then. So I think, for that expansion, I'll probably be spending most of my time uh, doing PvP and just exploring the worlds. I don't think I'll get into endgame. I hope gear is competitive for PvP and things like that. I'll probably get involved in the flex raids, but other than that, I don't think I'll be getting into hardcore raiding. I don't know, potentially, we'll see. So right now we're over the Borean Tundra, and so the Howling Forge is actually, I think, or was it? I don't even know how you pronounce that, but that's where I actually wanted to go, because I want to go to an area that's nearby. Although I do appreciate this area. This area was very dark and gloomy. I remember this is where a lot of people in my guild, we started in this particular zone, and then the other zone, of course, we got through like a lot of us got through the first part of this, and we just switched back to the other side. So we went all the way back over here to the area here, and then went to Grizzly Hills, and yeah, by far I'd say the best zones here, Grizzly Hills, Storm Peaks, Crystal Song was memorable. I had a lot of fun in Zoldrak. Solzar Basin was also pretty interesting. A lot of horde there. I mean, that actually is what dictated a lot of where we quested, was, the opposing faction density and how many of them there were. So, but either way, very enjoyable leveling experience in Wrath. A lot of AoE farming. And Dragonblight, I thought it was an interesting zone. It really brings you into the whole Wrath kind of feel, but at the same time, it felt, I don't know. It didn't. It just didn't. It was good, but it was just seemed like it was missing something. But the quest storyline and the lore throughout this area was key, obviously, in terms of the dragon aspects and things like that. So the Wormrest Temple. It's so weird because you can, by playing this, if you're like been playing for a long time, you can like literally remember almost every quest. And if you can't, then if you go back and visit, you'd remember it. At least for me on the Alliance side, I never played Horde. I probably only got to like a level 12 at the most, maybe, and I did find the Horde experience very interesting in the leveling experience early on, but I just always align myself with the Alliance for some reason. I think that's most of the people I know played on the Alliance side. So we're almost there. We're getting there. So that's Naxxramas over there. Forgotten Shore was an interesting place. So, okay, we're gonna start going down. We're gonna descend into Grizzly Hills. One of the best questing zones I would say, for both factions, honestly. And I mean, they have a horde base there, so I would have liked to have our base instead of having one in Borean Tundra, have it here, but I guess it makes sense that the Horde would be in this zone. So this used to be a daily quest place, and a lot of battles fought here. So, and this is really just, you know, this series is really just me vlogging about some places that I remember and going back and visiting those. Not necessarily about dungeons and things like that, just particular areas or zones that I found interesting. So it's more of like a you're along for the ride. So the place that I'm looking for is in Grizzly Maw. It's almost like the great tree. Almost things that massive. Not that big, I guess, but it's a pretty massive tree. So this zone is this particular area is very interesting. It's like a little getaway. Unless of course Horde find you here, then it's not so much, but it's a place if you're able to stealth or shadow meld, just hang out. Got a nice soundtrack. Got a tree. You know, it's protected against mostly against mobs. Yeah, so this is a pretty nice place. We'll just sit here for a moment. Let's see how we can change that form, because I don't like it. Says I should appear as a dolphin, but I don't. Must be a bug. Oh, so there's actually... I already got some spells, so regrowth is in the druid tree? What's going on here? So we got an interesting druid tree. Oh, okay, so the druid tree comes with... So they brought back... Well, I think Cyclone I have through my talent. No, I don't. So they brought back Cyclone. Amazing. Yeah, it's amazing to me. I don't know why. Biggest complaint probably with World of Warcraft is relearning your characters every expansion or every major patch. Um, you Cyclone was gone. I mean, Cyclone is like an ability that is iconic for the druid, and they removed it. And they put it in the PvP talent tree, and then they brought it back again for the new expansion. So they often do that. They'll take things away and they'll bring them back, and it's like every time you gotta relearn your character. So let's see, I see like Heart of the Wild is another druid tree thing. Bark skin. I mean, I think some of these were always in the general tree, I believe. But Cyclone, I don't recall it. I think it was taken away and added again. So okay, and what else changed? This explains why some things are not on my bar anymore. So for example, I was trying to do like Fairy Fire and I couldn't. So did they remove that again? Pretty sure they removed it. Because, you know, it's just one of those things that you add to your attack, and Blizzard historically likes to get people away from doing rotations. So a lot of times it just becomes like a, you know, I mean, keeping Fairy Fire on top of a target is it's something to remember. So yeah, I don't see it. So I guess they removed it. That's unfortunate. Probably removed that a long time ago. Honestly, I don't even remember. So the other one I was looking for was Moonfire. And I think they give you Sunfire. Okay, they have Moonfire, but they removed it from my bar, so I wasn't able to. I think it was X or something like that. And then I think you also have Sunfire. Or that's yeah, so that's, they removed that as well. Okay, so what is this? Oh, I did have it on my bar. It was under a macro. Cenarian Ward. Yeah, I do have that still. I don't know. I'm waiting to like really look at the talent trees because I really don't know what's going to be ideal in the next expansion. So I'm going to be rolling Resto, and I might have like a bear spec or a feral spec as just like go out and attack stuff. But Battleground's pretty much going to be Resto for the most part. And I just like the utility of it. I like to be able to take care of myself and also take care of other people, you know, being able to heal them. I used to be feral for many years, and was Cataclysm, or just, you know, before Cataclysm, feral druids are like really powerful, and they got nerfed to the ground, and a lot of their rotations and abilities were sacrificed, and I dropped it then. It just wasn't fun to play it. And then I went back, they changed it again, and they brought it back and it became a little bit more competitive, but still is just not what it used to be. Yeah, I think it was better to be a rogue at that time. So anyway, that's this episode of World of Warcraft Revisited. So we went to Grizzly Hills, went to the Grizzle Maw, which is a really nice little quiet place. If you haven't been there before, I highly recommend checking out that area. Blue Sky Logging Grounds is a fun area. Some robots over there. Anyway, have a great day. This is Irreverence, signing off.